How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, please disregard the 2 intros and all this stuff. This video was shot over 2 days, and I'm piecing the bits and pieces together because of weather. It's been a crazy year, but I strongly encourage you to watch the entire video, not because I want the views or the view time or anything, but there are certain things that you need to know about this spoiler, and it'll save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. So please watch the entire video, and I hope I can make it make sense. Thank you. Yay! It's here! Hey Coop! It's here, buddy! Look at that big box! But unfortunately, this is here too. Rain! It's supposed to rain all week! Come on! Now I know everybody did their job, and these companies are doing the best they can to help prevent stuff, but that's on their end. I still have to watch out for my end. So, standing up there. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we start on the spoiler for the back of the red car. So let's get to it. Now this should take about 10 to 15 minutes. I called the company and asked them if this was a direct bolt-on, and they said that you may need to drill some new holes. But I halfway lined everything up, and it looks like I might be lucky. We're going to find out. If not, then I'll have to drill new holes, right? Or I might get scared and say, screw it. But there is some prep work that's involved. You're going to have to take this off. It's right here. In order to do that, you got to raise your trunk. You're going to take a towel or something and put over your latch area. This has to come off. It just pulls right off. You pull and wiggle it. You got to take these pins out, right? Because this has to come off. Then you have to take these covers off. Behind these covers are some bolts. You got 2 there, 2 there, and there should be 1 right in this area and 1 right in that area. But to get to those, this has to come off, unfortunately. So let's get to it. Like I said, this has to come off, so just grab it and try pulling down on it. It should start wiggling like this one is, and then it wiggles right off. Just lay it down the same way it came off. Right, straight down. There's step number 1. Now we've got that off, we want to pop these pins out. And I strongly recommend you getting a panel removal tool. It just makes life so much easier, and you don't damage these pins, because these pins are not cheap by any means. They are very proud of them. So a good tool like this works wonders. And then you just want to pop them off one by one. Take care not to damage them, because like I said, they are pricey. They really like these things, but that's all they are, push pins. Just take them and lay them. I'm gonna lay mine in the floor because I don't know if I'll get this finished today or not. I'm gonna try, but just in case, we're gonna be down there. As you can see, it's very simple to remove these. They actually have a little bit of give to them. This cover does, the liner. And if for any reason they're too tight to where you can't get your tool behind it, pull out on the cover just a little bit, gently slide your tool back behind it, and give it a little tug or two, and that'll put slack in it, as you can see, where you'll be able to get behind it. And there's those holes I was telling you about. Now, you can leave it like this, or if this is in your way, you feel like it's going to be in your way, take it off. I strongly recommend taking it off because you're going to be shutting your trunk. And to do that, all you do is you take your handle, turn it sideways, and tuck it through the hole. And lay this down in the trunk out of the way. Now we have access to everything. Now we need to take these 4 out, 2 on each side. Just push in on it and out it comes. I normally just grab it up under one of the corners, Get my fingernail on it, it comes right out. And these are supposed to be 10s. As you can see, that says 10 on it. And that is exactly what they are. So now you want to take all these out and try not to drop them, because once you drop it in there, it is not going to be easy to get out. And once you have them all out, there should be a little bit of double-sided tape holding this on. So now we want to gently shut the trunk. Now you know why we don't want to. Now you know why we want to put that rag down there. Just gently shut it. You're going to kind of give it a wiggle and pull as you wiggle it, because like I said, there's double-sided tape on there and it should come right off. And there should be a mess under there, dirt and all kind of stuff. Let's see how bad mine is. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Well, now we got to clean this up, so I'm just going to use some Adams detail spray and just soak it. I use an old throwaway microfiber towel. I'm going to pull it toward me, where I'm not pulling it up on the car. Man, that stuff is caked on there. Man, that thing's dirty. But luckily, I don't have any paint damage like I have seen so many other YouTubers have when they take theirs off. It's just dirty, which I'm very thankful for. I really am. I was worried that I might have to do some painting real quick, so I actually bought a can of color matched paint just in case I would have to do some painting. Now there's one thing that I do not like about this new spoiler that I'm just going to go ahead and tell you about. It's a great looking spoiler, but as I'll show you, this spoiler and the higher price spoilers have studs in them. This particular spoiler does not use these studs or the holes. It uses screws, and I really do not like that. But I did not know that when I ordered it. But that's, you know, we're dealing with eBay products, you know. There's going to be some surprises and stuff. But like I said in the other video, I've been thoroughly happy with this company, so I did not mind ordering from them. Now, as you can see, the old spoiler and the higher end spoilers use studs. The new one does not use studs like I'm telling you. It uses screws that screw into the spoiler. As you can see, you get screws. You don't get studs or anything. But they are also a 10mm, so at least that's a plus. Alright, we got her all ready to go. As you can see, here it is laid out. This is the underneath. And we have the instructions. Who needs instructions? You need the instructions. Let me show you. A lot of people get these spoilers from these companies and everything, and they're not specifically for your car. So you're not going to have the appropriate mounting holes. These instructions, depending on which type of spoiler you get from the spoiler company, have the double-sided stick-on kind, or they have the ones where you actually have to drill holes. This gives you complete details on how to lay out the holes, where to drill them and everything. But not only that, it gives you little templates to where you can line up the holes. So don't just discard these, glance over them. But for our application, we're going to need them. Not going to need them because we're using the original holes. So we'll set this over to the side. Now when you get your spoiler, if you get this one, it's going to have 4 screws already applied to the bottom of it. The factory spoiler has 6 holes for mounting bolts or studs. So you're like I am, where's the other 2 screws? It's kind of important the location of these screws, so if you take them out and you forget where they go, I'm going to show you a tip of how to remember. The other 2 holes are used as gas relief holes because fiberglass needs to breathe. And I did not learn this until we contacted the company, because I took them out and forgot where they went. So with that said, here's how you tell. A great tip, and I thought I'd pass it along. Like I said, they come with the screws already installed in these holes. Now I don't remember which ones didn't have the screws. I think it was this one with the gray primer and this one with the gray primer, but I can't swear. So here's how you tell. Now when you get your spoiler, it's going to have these screws already stuck in it. According to the company, there's only going to be 4. And the reason for that is, this being hand-laid fiberglass, it needs a place to vent gases or anything. But if you look right here, there's already a hole there with what looks like some kind of tube or something stuck in it. So that's going to be my vent hole. I actually went to the hardware store, this is the original, and found some matching screws, same length and everything. So I picked up 2 of those. So I'm going to use all 6 holes. But if for any reason you are skeptical or anything about the vent hole, yep, Mustang never fails. Be original. That's going to be my vent hole. But if for any reason you are scared or anything, then you could always drill another hole, because you have plenty of meat over here. You could drill another hole wherever you wanted to, and you would be fine. But I just wanted to explain that to you. But if you're going to go the way the manufacturer of this spoiler says and use the 4 holes, let's assume you take the 4 bolts out. And I did this. I took the 4 screws out and I set them in my drawer so I wouldn't scratch anything up as I had this laying in the house. Well, lo and behold, I forgot what 4 holes they were in. So the way to find out is to take a magnet and stick up to each one of those holes. And the ones that have metal in it, because they use metal to reinforce this so that you have something to actually screw against and pull against, you'll have the magnet will actually stick to it, and I'll show you in the video now. You can't just screw into fiberglass and a hole. Fiberglass in nature fiberglass is strong when layered, but whenever you try to mount anything to it, it doesn't work too good. So what they do is they take metal and put in these holes or in the fiberglass, and hence that's why the screws are already in those holes, because that's the holes where the metal is. Now if you do like me and take them out and forget where they went, it's very simple. Get a magnet, any kind of magnet, and stick over the hole, and it should tell you which one has the metal. That one has metal. See, it pulls. Okay, that's good. That one has metal. Okay, and then you just go along and check them all until you find the correct 4 holes. But with that said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my towel, put up on the window, set this up there, and I'll explain why I'm doing that in a few minutes. But we got another step that I'm going to do. It doesn't say to do it. I haven't seen anybody else do it on YouTube, but I'm going to do it. Now what it is, I took my towel and laid up there on everything so I can't scratch anything, and I put my spoiler up there oriented the way that I'm going to be setting it on here. Because this spoiler has no lip like the factory one. You know, you can take the factory one and sit down on here and it halfway stay. And it was small enough to where when you lifted it, it wouldn't fall over. Well, this has no lip, so what it wants to do, it will want to slide. Now I haven't tried it yet, but I know it will. So I put it up there, so what we could do is start the screw, and I'll show you that as we do it. Get the screw up in there, then I can reach over, grab the spoiler, bring it back, because it's light, real light. Line the holes up, stick it in there. But if you look right here, there's a hole that has nothing for it. This was actually a location pin for the original spoiler. That's no longer used. So what's going to prevent water from getting in that, as well as the other screws? Because it was like some little black silicone that was around each one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use silicone and run around each one of these, right? See right there, some of it. All it is just a really thin layer of black silicone. I'm going to put it around each one of these holes, and then I'm going to take the spoiler, set very carefully over it. That way it will seal each one of those holes. I'm actually going to build it up a little bit, and as I set the spoiler down on it, that will squish it. The silicone I have is DAP. It says it's for molding and trim, but it's silicone and it dries clear, so it'll come out white and dry clear. But like I said, all I'm going to do is just make a bead around each one of these holes, and we'll let it set for a few seconds, get tacky, and then we'll set the spoiler on. As you can see, don't worry about this. This is just the detail spray I wiped on yesterday. I'm not really worried about it. I'll wipe it off here in just a few minutes with a clean wet rag. But what I wanted to show you was where I caulked. What we're going to do is we're going to let this sit up for about 5-10 minutes and come back and make sure that it's tacky. We don't want it so that when we touch it, it just smears everywhere. We want it to where it's kind of tacky, so when we put the spoiler on and tighten the screws down, it actually seals against the bottom of the spoiler. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to give it a few minutes and we'll come right back to it. Now comes the fun part. We're going to use this like a screwdriver. That way we can put our screw in it, stick it up through the hole, line it up in the hole, take the spoiler, sit down right on top of it, start it. Don't go all the way, just start it. Then go over to your next hole and line it up the same way. Then you can set the spoiler down on top of the caulk. Now you will pick it up, then you can raise it up if you need to. Line your holes up, which is right there. Start the screw. Grab another screw. Go to your next hole. And you're going to set it down on top of it. Once you get that, you come back and just lightly snug up those bolts. Don't tighten them, just snug them. Now all you do is you go line up the other holes, put the bolts in it, and tighten them down after you get them all in. But do not tighten them all the way down until you get them all in. Now, once you're happy, all you got to do is put it back together. It's the exact same as what you did to take it off, it's just reversed. So you're going to take your liner, you will push it through, tail end first. Just in case you happen to ever get anybody stuck down in here and you want to get them out. Emergency glow in the dark pull. Then you will take it, line your holes up, start pushing your pins in. Once you get one where to hold it, let go of it, and just work your way around. I'm actually thinking about painting these things red. What do you guys think? Dress this up just a little bit. I know they make painted covers and all that stuff for this, but that's not really what I'm after. Once you get that, you're going to take the cover, push it back on until it snaps. You'll hear it snap, and then you can wiggle it to make sure it's on. And you can check it. As you can see, it's down all the way. Then you're going to take your other seal caps, which prevents your trunk from getting full of water. Put them on. Start on one side, push it in, and it'll pop right in. Alright, we are all done. It literally took 15 minutes, and that was even with me videoing. So, with all that said and all that done, yeah, she's looking good, ain't she? Are you really ready for this? First, let's get you that booty shot. Holy moly. Look how much taller that is. Wow. Just look at that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, men and ladies of all ages. Look at the difference that made. Holy cow. Let's get back and look at it. Just look at how that looks. That is exactly the look I was going for. Yes sir, it looks really, really good. I'm super happy with it. It is on there really good. It isn't going anywhere. Now all I got to do is figure out, do I want to put the wicker barrel on there? Or do I want to put that other spoiler on there? I'm going to get it in just a second. I'll stick it on here and we'll see how it looks. But that is all there is to it. It's that simple. You too can do this. Some of the cheaper ones you may have to drill holes depending on where you get it from, what kind of money you spend. I strongly suggest if you're going to do something like this car and your car is your pride and joy, make sure you spend the extra money to get a good reputable one, because you may have to drill holes like I said. Now It's simple, it was cheap. They didn't send me all my screws. I'm missing 2 screws, so I had to put something in there for the time being to hold it and keep it, you know, pulled down so it doesn't leak water or anything. But with that said, this is a great spoiler. You know, it came in great shape. I'm 100% happy with it, except for the screws, like I said. And it's just so simple. I mean, why wouldn't you do this? It just made such a difference in the way this car looked, or looks. I mean, just look at that. Wow. Now, I've been asked if I'm going to, what I'm going to do about this, because on the other one the stripes came down and then the stripes went up, you know, about this much on the old spoiler. I'll show you. So you can see that it came up on the old spoiler pretty good bit. So I've been asked what I was going to do about it. For right this minute, the company will paint the spoiler, but they can't do the stripes because they don't know how wide the stripes are or anything like that. Plus, they're not a really custom shop. But what if I like it, if I leave it on here, eventually I will have somebody paint the stripe up to right about here and then go across. Maybe, I'm not sure, because it actually looks pretty good the way it is. You know, the stripes just run up under it. I may not, I don't know. What do you guys and gals think? Should I go up about halfway? Should I leave it as is? I'm gonna set this up here, just see how it looks. This is how it looks without it. And then it goes, like I said, right up against the rear window, like such. And then that's how it looks with it. I like how it looks, I really do. But as far as performance wise, I'm not certain, because if you look at this, this is going to want to kick the air up at that kind of an angle. It may bypass that spoiler altogether, or it may kick it up, and then when it gets up at this roof line, want to kick it back down, and then, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to get a fan out here and get me a smoke bomb and send it down it just to see. But I think it actually looks pretty good on there with it. I don't know, what do you think? Leave it or not? But I'm gonna go in because it's fixing to pour down rain. So I hope this video on that was a little bit helpful, a little bit insightful as how easy it can be to put one of these on. It's real simple. It's not that expensive. If you look in that video up there, you'll see where I got it from, how much it cost, how much competitors are, and stuff like that. It is so super easy. Literally took me 10 minutes. Now, I will, of course, have to either wait on the company to respond about the screws, or I'll have to go buy some more myself. No big deal. You know, they're probably, what, 50 cents total. But with that said, look at how good that looks. I am very happy with it. So until next time, get out there and enjoy your car. That's what I did. Just got home from 10-hour shift, so I've been gone 12 hours because it's a pretty good ride to work. Come home and did that because I've had it since Monday. Today is Thursday. And I've been wanting to put it on, so I put it on. So until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.